Okay, let's hear from somebody who was amongst it, in the thick of it. Earlier I spoke to Marie van der Zijl, who is a chairperson of the Board of Deputies of British Jews, who was in Westminster Abbey for today's coronation, about how her day was.
It was amazing. At 6:30, I'm staying in the Park Plaza. I woke up and outside there were a series of marching bands literally under the window. It was absolutely incredible going from there. I made the walk through Victoria Tower Gardens, and there was lots of white tents, loads of people there. It was just a great atmosphere and no rain. When we went in, everybody was doing selfies, and from the minute of entering into the Abbey, it was magical. It was great to see quite a few familiar faces. I was very near Baroness Meron, and it passed literally in a second. And opposite where I was sitting, and I was behind the Duke of Westminster, 9 rows back, I could see President Herzog and his wife, and I walked round and I said to them, Shabbat Shalom, which is the greeting that Jews use on Shabbat, which was on the Sabbath, which was amazing being in Westminster Abbey. It was the most incredible experience. I will always remember it, the ritual, the grandeur, the sense of ceremony of 1,000 years worth of history. Everybody was transfixed.
What might we have missed on the cameras, Marie, that you didn't, that you got to see being in there?
Well, we had waiting because we all had to be there very early. I was at the entrance point at 7:30 this morning, so we didn't actually start till 11. So it was talking around, having a chat. I saw Michael Gove, I saw Andy Burnham a couple of times, Sadiq Khan. It was very relaxing in there. Everybody was in fantastic humour, and it was just an opportunity just to sit there. But it went so fast, even though it was several hours, because we were all so excited. But everything went to plan. There wasn't anything that anybody missed. It was so well rehearsed, and it was absolutely to clockwork.
What happened afterwards?
Well, before, can I just mention the music, because the music was incredible. It was the most beautiful music, and I know someone's sister, Debbie Wiseman, who composed some of the pieces, and it was just so fantastic, fanfares, and afterwards we all went outside, and of course immediately the heavens opened. It was pouring with rain, so 1 minute I was seated in the most beautiful seat in Westminster Abbey, and the next minute I was literally like a drowned rat. But that's the day, isn't it?
It is. I will remind you, Marie, that in 1189, there is a famous story. Richard I was crowned king in Westminster Abbey, and famously, Jews were barred from that ceremony. Those who did turn up were stripped and they were flogged and they were made a spectacle of. There is a real significance, isn't there, that you, Marie, as a Jewish leader, there having a seat in that ceremony in Westminster Abbey today?
There absolutely is. And the Board of Deputies of British Jews was formed in 1760 to pay homage to King George III. So it's also fantastic that all these years on, we're there for Charles III. But yes, it was a very dark time for the history in the Jews. There was a massacre in York, and Jews were subsequently expelled from England, let back in the time of Oliver Cromwell. But it was so impossible. I could never have imagined in my life I would have had such a seat at this ceremony. I could see the King and the Queen when they were crowned in their velvet chairs so clearly. I really was no distance away. It was something I will never forget.
I'm sure. Just very briefly, you're going to the concert tomorrow, aren't you, as well? My goodness, what a weekend.
It's fabulous. I'm really looking forward to it. Katy Perry is on, and many other favourites. So I can't wait.
Marie van der Zijl, she's the chairwoman of the British Board of, the Board of Deputies of British Jews. Speaking to me earlier, she was in Westminster Abbey, and we might catch up with her again tomorrow, actually, to find out how the concert went for her.